Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I mentioned last video that I was going to be showing you some more of my finishes, and that's what I plan to do today. I have decided though that for some of these finishes I'm going to be using a different camera angle to show them lying flat so that they will not be such a strain on my arm. Those of you who have followed me in the past will probably recall I've mentioned having a shoulder injury from a car accident, and holding up large pictures is a little bit of a challenge and can lead to some migraine headaches, so I'm not going to do that. But I will show some of my smalls here today that are kind of in my other category, and I hope you'll enjoy seeing that, and I will try to give you as much information as I can when showing each piece. Now, I have more finishes than this, but this is what I can lay my hands on at the moment because I separated some out to get them prepared for framing, and I totally forgot that before getting on this video today. So, I have more, but this is just going to be one little segment of them today. So, what I'm going to start with is I'm going to show you my little mermaids from Country Cottage Needlework. And this is on a little hand-dyed piece of fabric. I think it turned out really super cute, and I used my own color combinations for this. I used a different color for this vines over here, and it really worked out cute because the flowers picked up. It just worked out amazing that whenever I got to the flower part, it was working on a pink tone, and the vines were all in the green tone. The only thing I forgot to do on this were add the eyes on the mermaids, but I think that one turned out really, really cute. I cannot tell you what fabric this is because this is just like a leftover scrap I had from another project, but I really like that one, Country Cottage Needlework Mermaids. And then here is another one. This one is called Springtime Serenade, also from Country Cottage Needleworks. This is on a very neutral tan Lugana. I can't remember the name of the Lugana, but it's a very neutral tone. And I did use all of the called for threads on this. I think it turned out really, really cute. And it's a possibility that I forgot to put the eyes on the two birds down below. I don't know what it is with me and French knots, forgetting to add all the French knots in my pictures, but that's fun and a cute little finish. And yes, I do have them folded. I find it really hard to keep everything lying flat because my sizes of projects range so greatly. I would have to have literally a big huge bin, and I keep them in a little smaller boxes than that, so I fold them up in smaller compartmentalized sizes. And then this is the one picture that I have stitched from a Lansfit, and it's the yellow fairy, and I can't recall what her name is, but she is stitched on just a plain white Lugana, and I think she turned out really cute. The picture on the pattern looked a little different than the pattern actually worked out, so I modified things slightly for that. And I pretty much plan to make this up for my daughter at some point. I don't have a daughter yet, but when I have one, it'll be going in her little play area, most likely. I also did this one. I can't remember if I stitched this in 17 or 18, but this is Pretty Little Washington from Satsuma Straight. And this is on a plain, not plain, it's on a very softly modeled blue and white hand-dyed fabric that a friend of mine dyed. She sold fabrics on eBay a while back, and because I helped her with her listings, she ended up letting me in on some good deals on that, and I think that turned out really cute. And if I had the picture, the pattern, the description in front of me, I would point out all the different landmarks. There's a lot of them in there. I just think that's really sweet. That's the only Satsuma Street I have stitched also. And I had to do that because I had some interesting memories from a trip we took to Washington when I was like 18 years old. So it's been a little while. Now this picture I finished last year, and I really love this one. I'm trying to figure out the top from the bottom. There's really no top from the bottom, except for one mess up that I made. This is, what is this called? This is called Blue Morpho by Ink Circles. One of my favorite cross-stitch finishes. I think it turned out fabulous. And I believe this is on, what is this? I'm trying to remember the name of this. It's such a nice, I think it's called Bone, and it's such a thin Lugana that I was worried about stitching on it because it's so thin you can literally see through it. So I had to make the back really, really, really clean so that all the threads didn't stretch across and make it look really bad in the back. But I think this one turned out really, really pretty. And I loved the colors. My mom loved it too, and she went to stitch it, and she ordered the same colors, and they didn't look anything alike. So, she was disappointed in that. We're going to try to get to a stitching LNS and pick out some of the colors in person so she can pick out how they're going to look on the fabric in person. And then I have stitched so far 4 soda pictures, and I can't tell you the names on some of these because some of them are just numbered, but this is one soda, and I did this one because it reminded me of me and my brother, and I think it's so stinking cute. It's really, really cute. And I love the sodas. They're so detailed, but they're so brightly colored. They're very, very vividly colored. And you can see up close, they're just so cute and so detailed. They just, these just tickle me. They make me smile, they make me happy, they make me laugh. They're not quite the general thing I would go for in general, because I usually like more elegant than these, but you have to have a little fun in your life. You have to have a little slot for just things that make you feel happy, and this kind of fits that slot. Here's another soda, and this one they're sitting outside of a coffee shop. So how fitting is that for the Stitching Cafe? They're sitting outside of a coffee shop, they've got a mocha, whatever that is, they're sitting on a bench, wrought iron, the umbrella in the back, the topiary flower. I just think that one is super cute also. Again, the detail of these things, they're so cute, and they're so playful and colorful. I just love that. And then I did the Little Mermaid, and I wish these were pressed, but you know, there's a lot of them, and I don't take the time to press before showing them. I probably should, but I really like the detail on this one also. You've got the crab in the corner, and the ship, and the waters up there, and the fish, and the little witch urchin person, and the cauldron, and the coral, and the 2 mermaids on the bottom, and the clam, and the prince. I don't know, I think that's a pretty adorable picture. And if I do say so myself, she's quite buxom, right? She's got quite the figure there for a little cartoon girl character. And then we've got the 4th one is the Anne of Green Gables one. Of course I'm a fan of Anne of Green Gables, or I wouldn't show it, right? I'm going to try to flatten it just a little bit for you. But I thought this one was super sweet. And if you are a fan of L.M. Montgomery's stories, I mean, yes, it's definitely a childish, playful version of it, but it is super cute. You got the carpet bag, and the flourless cake, and the, what is that called? The mulberry wine, and I don't know, I just think that's super, super cute. So, like I said, I'm probably going to show some of these lying down flat because of the size of them. But I might be able to show a couple more. I'm sorry, I do not remember the name of this picture. If I can remember the name of it, I will put it down below. But this is a really, really beautiful piece that a lot of people have liked in the past when they have seen it. And it is a red bird on a wrought iron fence with these red berries down below and the house in the background and the snowy scene. It is such a pretty picture. And there is supposed to be some 032 chronic in here to make it sparkly. I have not added that yet. That is one thing I need to do, is add that. But I think this one is really, really pretty. I love, like I said before, I love birds. I will not stitch just any bird I see though. It has to be really cute, and that one really fits in that category. Other than this one, I think I'm going to show most of my remainder pictures flat because they are larger and my shoulder is kind of feeling this already today. But this one, let me see if I can get the name of this right. This one is Jan Lynn Cats, 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 and it's all kinds of cat pictures. There are no ordinary cats, and I'm sorry I cannot read these from the background, but there are so many cute little scenes on this picture, and these are just stitched on a 32 count piece of, no, this may be 28 count piece of white Lugana. It came with an Ada. When the piece came, it was really, really messed up, the piece of Lugana in my kit. This house is guarded by the cat. C is for cat. You've got Catnip and Snow Cat and Topi Kitty. Love me, love my cat. In a cat's eyes, all things belong to cats. A cat makes a house home. This is definitely my cutest, favorite part of the whole picture. This little dainty tiny house with all the little tiny kitty cats. That's so stinking cute. I just love that. Let me see, how many cats is that? 11 cats in that one little tiny picture. It's super, super tiny and cute. And it reminds me of my Polly Pocket toys when I was young. All the little tiny things. So anyway, yes, I'm going to go to a different screenshot for some of my remainder pictures because I do have some bigger ones that I'm going to show you, but I'm not going to show them holding up. So see, I've got some more finishes to show you. So stick around, check that out. It's going to change over to a new screenshot, and then you'll see all the remainder goodies that I have to show you. Hello you all, I have decided I'm going to go ahead and show all of my other finishes, including my small ones again, because this view is a little bit clearer, I think, and it's a little bit easier for you to see the details and such. So I'm going to start with some small ones. This is one I did not show before, but I decided I will. This is a little tea towel I made, and it says Irish coffee on it. I was going to make the whole collection of them. I'm not so sure I'm going to at this point, but I did like this one. The shape of the mug was really cute. So yeah, I like that one. I don't remember which pattern this was in. It was in a book of some sort that had, I don't know, was it 4 or 5 or 6 different patterns in there? Anyway, that one turned out really cute. Here is the Happy Easter picture again that I showed before, just so that you can see it nice and clean without weird shadows in the background. Like I said, I had to come up with my own colors, and I think it turned out really cute. And I think I linked it in my blog, but I'll have to check on that. A very, very cute little pattern I found online. And this is another cute little free one I found online. And I know the name of this one, but it's escaping me right now. The designer of this pattern. I think I included that in my previous video, though. Yeah, again, another super, super cute one. And this is going to be made into a little frame or a little pillow for a spring display, which I don't have ready yet, but I'm really hoping to get it done soon. This one is an up close of Feeling the Blues by Little House Needlework. I love this one very, very much. I think I just picked out colors I had on hand to stitch it, but it worked. I think this border, this little white little border here that doesn't really show up, it called for a silk.
that wouldn't have showed up any better. And so I decided to save like $7 on the silk and just use some off-white DMC. Why not? It's still super cute. My newest finish, Love by New York Dreamer. Again, really, really cute picture. I'm gonna have to get a frame for it. And I'm not sure which size frame I'm gonna have to go for. I think it's maybe a 5x5 or a 6x6, but it's actually slightly taller than it is wide. So that'll be fun figuring that out. But the colors are so cute on this one. And my little garden picture by Tra La La, along with the companion. Really, really cute little set. Again, these will be made into some little finishes for my spring display. I wanted some color variation. I didn't want everything to look exactly the same fabric-wise. Here's a close-up of Pretty Little Washington by Satsuma Street on this really cute little white and blue hand-dyed fabric. There's like 9 or 11 different scenes in this one that was really cool. Here is the Yellow Fairy by Lancefit up close. It's very cute. I love the bunny. This is definitely more playful than what I would generally go for, as are the sodas that I'm going to show you next. But still very, very cute, and I could totally see these decorating up a child's room someday. And speaking of soda, there is that little one kissing the little bear, and she's laughing because he thinks he's kissing her, but she's faking him out, and it's all just cute and good. And I don't know, that one always brings a smile. Just love that one. There's the Anne of Green Gables. There's so many details to it. And it's like a little nugget of the story in each little picture. It's very cute. And the Little Mermaid. Again, it's like every picture is telling a story, and I just love that. Of course, my favorite part is the center scene with the little castle in the background. Super, super cute. And I have more of these I plan to stitch. I have a couple pieces of fabric already set aside for it. I think there's a Beauty and the Beast. I think there is a Nutcracker one. And there's a Snow Queen. There's just a whole variety of these, and I have to decide which ones I want to do next, because I can't do them all. Can I? And then this is the last soda that I have stitched so far. I do have a couple more patterns from soda that I want to stitch. But very cute and very fitting for the theme of coffee and a cafe, and I really love that one. And it's sweet. They're like courting or spooning, whichever way you want to call it. And of course, it wouldn't be complete without a sleeping cat. But it's just cute. And now back to other designers. This is Country Cottage Needleworks Springtime Serenade. And I think this is just a mushroom Lugana. It's very, very nice. It's like a taupe. And these little guys are blind down here. I apologize to them quite often. I just need to fix that. But anyway, that's really cute. It's actually larger than I thought it would be. That's quite a substantial picture. This has to be on 28 count for that reason. And apparently the theme goes on. I've got some blind mermaids here too. Really, really cute. I did their skin 1/1. I love the petite things to have their skin done 1/1. It just seems to fit better. And I wish I could remember which DMC variegated this is, because it worked up so perfectly. Super cute. Country Cottage Needleworks Mermaids. Here is the Jan Lynn Cats, Cats, Cats. Super, super detailed. There is so much going on in this one. This took quite a while to finish this one, I will admit. This was not a quick stitch. Lot of little details in this one. But like I said, this little scene up here with all those little cats, all 11 kitty cats in that Polly Pocket house. That is my favorite part of the whole picture. But this little guy's awful sweet too. And I'm a sap for blue-eyed kitty cats. Here is Here a Peep, There a Peep by With Thy Needle and Thread. I believe this is Brenda Gervais. Just a very, very small one for a spring basket somewhere. It's going to go somewhere. It turned out really nice. What's nice is if you have scraps of fabric, which I never really kept scraps of fabric, but I have learned you can make some smalls on them and you don't have to just go buy a new piece of fabric every time you find a new pattern. I can't remember the name of this pattern. It's all in French except for the Paris. This is... I finished this one quite a long time ago. This could have been one of the very first finishes, large finishes I ever did. And this was a valuable lesson that if you're going to put in blacks, put the blacks in after you put the light thread in. Because if you put it in if you put in the light threads after you put in the dark, as it's going up and down, it's going to be, the friction is going to be picking up the darker color, and you're going to taint your lighter threads. So start with the lighter colors and then go to the darker colors. Here is Happy Little Blue Morpho by Ink Circles. Just love this one. Of course I had to stitch every stitch individually because it's all hand dyed, but it's just turned out wonderful. And the back, I don't know, I am almost as proud of the back as I am of the front, if not more so, because I basically feel like I could frame it backwards and it would still look good on the wall. But this one's really, really pretty. I highly recommend this one. This is the first ink circle I've ever did, and now I have a couple more on my wish list. I want to do, what is the name of that one? You know what, I can't even remember. I'll tell you later on. There is another one I want to do that is similar and I think will look really pretty on the wall beside that one. So here is my Greystone Manor by Rosewood Manor. Again, for lo, winter is past, the rain is over and gone. Well, not yet here in Oregon. The flowers appear on the earth, the time of singing birds has come. I just loved everything about this picture, so I put my initials, Christy, and I'm not going to go any further than that, and the year I finished it. Really, really pretty. Here's that bird picture I cannot remember the name of. But this is on a 28 count opalescent Lugana. You can see it sparkling in the background. Maybe. Can you see that? There you go. But yes, this is really, really lovely picture of the robin redbreast on the iron fence. Really, really pretty. Love that one. Here is Autumn Fairy Spirit by Passion Racamo on the Silkweaver Brandywine fabric. These wings, I end up having to buy about 4 different skeins of the PB10 because I bought 2 skeins. It wasn't quite enough. And actually maybe I bought more than 4. Maybe I bought like 6 of them because I ran out of one. And when I put in the second one, the color was totally different. So then I had to pull that all out and redo it. So I had to buy a lot of extra thread on this one. And this burgundy one, I literally got done with one skein by the skin of my teeth. I had no extra at all. But her skin was done 1/1. I think she is so pretty. So, so pretty. Love her colors. Even though I don't decorate in autumn tones, I'm really drawn to the autumn tones on certain things like this, especially if I can pull like the purples out, because I do decorate in purples. But if it's just the browns and the golds and the greens, I'm not drawn to it. If I can pull in the purples along with it, then I'm drawn to it. But I think this one's really pretty. Very, very pretty. And she's really large, actually. She's very large size from top to bottom. Now this is a cat picture by Lenart. I cannot remember the name of this pattern. Maybe it's like Playful Cats or something like that. I've stitched 2 Lenarts, so this is one of the 2 little kitty cats. They're actually really sweet. The Lenart pictures are very pastel, very soft tones, and they can really probably go most places. But they are more peachy, aren't they? And I'm not generally a peach girl. And I need to wash this piece because I got a little something on it. I should probably leave it out of my box and wash it. I thought I had everything washed. Well, I'm learning something new. And this is the second Lenart that I stitched. And she's just sitting here among her wisterias, and she's reading a book. Again, I'd like to just kind of hop into this picture and enjoy the quiet along with her. But yeah, she's just really nice and pleasant and soft and pastel. And I wish I remembered her name. I think is it like Afternoon? I don't remember. Maybe if you guys know, you can remind me. So this is a Joan Elliott picture, and I cannot remember what her name is. I'm trying, and it's just not coming to me. But I did stitch this on Sunny Dye's Grass and Sky, or Earth and Sky. And this is, she's got ladybugs all around her, and looks like she's dancing in the grass. I was a little naive at the time I stitched this. Now, if I were to be purchasing a fabric for it, I would be getting a 32 count, one size down, and I would be stitching her this direction, because I did end up wasting quite a bit of fabric on this one. As you can see, a lot of play down here. I only need about this much to frame it. So, I've lived a little, I've learned a lot. But yeah, she turned out really pretty, and I cannot remember her name. If you guys can remember her name, please let me know. This one is Mediterraneo by Pascio and Ricamo. This is the first Pascio and Ricamo that I stitched, and then I went on to stitch the Autumn Fairy Spirit. This is also on a Silkweaver Solo, and what I loved about it is this is a sunset over here, and this fabric, somehow it picked up just a touch of an orange tinge right up here that looked like it was reflecting the sun in the background. And this picture reminds me of Anne and Gilbert. You know what I mean, Anne and Gilbert, and there is the beach in Avonlea and all these type things. I did not do the background tiles quite perfectly yet, because I am deciding on if I'm going to be adding words to it. My plan was to add a quote from the Avonlea movies in there, so I didn't want to fully secure it, so I have it in there really, really loosely. I did my own weird thing with the tiles, so ignore that. But I think this one is just so pretty, and those little birds in the background. So yeah, this one I'm very proud of, because I think it's a lot prettier in person than it's showing up in the camera. I'm really not seeing any orange in the background in the video, but it's there for sure in person. So this one is Milady and the Unicorn, and I believe this is Jan Lynn also. I could be wrong on that. In fact, I think I am wrong on that. But anyway, this is done on a 28 count Opal Lugana to give it like this ethereal kind of, I think of Narnia every time I look at this picture. This is Jewel and Jill. I just think this one's really pretty, and I did leave out a couple details. There's a ribbon all through the tail, and I thought, he's supposed to be a war unicorn. He does not have a ribbon in his tail, so I left that out. And then there were a couple of little bronzy type charms you could put on this, but they were tarnishing already, and I didn't want the tarnish, so I left those off. I think that turned out really cute, and I did her skin 1/1. This is definitely an ode to Narnia. As you will find, I have others also. This is the last one I'm going to show you today, because this is one of the pictures that was my greatest achievements, so to speak, because this is a Teresa Wensler. I actually finished a Teresa Wensler. It was one challenging, time-consuming project. There are so many color changes, so many color blends in this picture. This is Lady of Shalott, and I believe this is done on a bone Lugana, 28 count. And my mom was pretty shocked, because this was the very first large picture I decided to stitch. I really went for the gold with this one. But it took me a long time to finish, and it took a lot of urging on her part to get me to finish it, because I did the skin wrong, and it made the face kind of want to bubble out. But actually, with time, it smoothed down, and it doesn't look bad at all. So yeah, this is a pretty big achievement for me. I do not think I'm ever going to tackle another Teresa Wensler picture because of all the blended threads and all of the outlining and everything. This took a long time, but I think it's really pretty, and it turned out well. So anyway, I hope you have enjoyed looking at my finishes parade. If you have any questions or comments, please post them down below, or just say hi. I always love hearing from you. Thanks for stopping by my channel and perusing all of my goodies with me today. I hope you'll come back again soon. And until next time, ciao for now.